This module is related to the changing trade patterns. Actually, the trade patterns are going to change with respect to the increasing scope of globalization. If we observe the growth and development process across the world, interestingly, exports are growing along with the GDP, growth rate of gross domestic product, and the proportion or contribution of exports are growing. And secondly, contribution from agriculture sector is going to shrink or squeeze. On the other side, the contribution of manufacturing sector is going to expand. And that is a good sign in terms of development process across the world or across the countries. However, what we are going to observe across countries that there are some variation in terms of merchandise export, because the share of merchandise exports in terms of different countries is not going to be same. It is going to have facing different kind of variation. On the other side, merchandise trade is found highly elastic. Mean to say, whenever any change in price of the merchandise goods happens, either due to the rising cost of production or due to any change in exchange rate, then demand is going to change much larger. As well as exports, in export and value added exports, they are going to increase. So what is happening? Gross exports are going up as well as value added. So value added exports are another important perspective which have evolved over the time in terms of overall exports. So its share is growing up. Then the interconnectedness among nations is going to grow further. If we are going to observe this phenomena within the last few years, if we just observe this decade in this table B1, from 1950 to 73, the share of world export in world GDP grows. It increases from 5.5% and become close to double, 10.5%, and it further grows up 17.2%. Therefore, what is happening? Overall exports is going to increase. Their scope is going to expand. As well as the contribution of the agriculture. If you observe the agriculture, this agriculture is going to squeeze over the time. So initially it's high and then it's going to reduce. The contribution of agriculture products are going to reduce. On the other side, the manufacturing products, even they are going to change with some kind of fluctuation, but they are growing up. So the proportion or contribution of manufacturing goods are rising up. So that is going to add more value specifically for the developing economies, because developing economies are totally agriculture based. So if they are going to shift their production process from agriculture to manufacturing, they are capable to generate more value added commodities. Here another important dimension regarding changing pattern of trade. It is related to 1980 to 2011. The most important thing you can observe here, that developing countries contribution is only 34% in 1980 and it has increased up to 47%. That is a remarkable change. On the other side, at the cost of definitely developing countries share, that reduced over the time. And among these countries, the most important country is China. China grows from 1% to 11%. It's a huge change in terms of merchandise export. So China is going to capture the greater proportion of the international market by exporting more and more. United States declined in terms of their share. European Union faced decline in their share. But Japan is not going to face much more loss. Small proportional loss is there definitely. And many other countries, if you just were these countries, their scope is going to increase. Their contribution, their share is going to rise as a whole. The more detail is available on this website, so you can consult that particular website as well for further information. If we are going to observe this graph, this line actually shows the elasticity, and the elasticity is just like this value shows, it is larger than 1. So most of the time it remains more than 1. So this means it is more elastic. The merchandise trade across the world are more elastic. Secondly, the GDP growth, it increases. If you just follow this line, it has some kind of variation. But on the other side, if you observe merchandise trade volume, actually it grows mostly. And in last few years, it start declining. but generally it grows up, and proportionally its share is much more. So it is growing quickly and rapidly more and more. On the other side, this shows the exports of key players in international trade, and the most important thing which is notable, share is going to decrease over the time from 1970 to 90 to 2001. It declines for developed countries. These developed countries, Germany, they are showing decline in the quantity. On the other side, what has happened with the developing countries or those countries which don't have previously high income, their Mexico share increasing, growing up. Then here Singapore share is growing up. On the other side, China, its share is growing up. So those countries which are, you can say, not effectively fully developed, their share is growing up over the time in terms of export, but the developed countries, they are losing their market. And this shows, these red lines actually shows the proportion of value added goods in the gross export. So you know that the gross exports are there, but the proportion of value added is growing. It's quite large. So this means over the time, this is a good sign that most of the countries are capable to increase the value added goods into their exports, and which is allowing them to sell these exports with high prices, so they can have more resources. This table actually shows that which country has more interconnectedness. So interconnectedness ranks are mentioned here with respect to 1999 and 2009. The first rank, which is with the overall rank, Germany hold this rank, and the first rank in terms of interconnectedness was with Netherlands. And now if you observe in 2009, China successfully captured all these ranks. So this means China is growing much larger and having strong interconnectedness across the countries and across the world. This diagram actually helps you to identify. On the one side, you can observe the size of these globes, which are going to increase with reference to the time period from 1999 to 2009. The Japan, these are the 10 import origin to China and Japan. So Japan and China, they have their import origins, connections with other countries who are going to sell their product to them, these countries, as well as buying from them. So on the one side, their size is going to expand. So overall imports, they are going to grow in terms of export and import. And on the other side, the countries which are going to do trade with them, they are going to change their size even. So if we observe here, the size of these balls are going to rise. Previously, they are small in size, and then they are going to increase in their size. So what actually this diagram shows, these proportion of the percentage of trade shares are mentioned here in terms of imports and exports. So you can focus on this diagram to just realize that how within last 10 years time period, China and Japan are capable to have more integration across the world.